Hello, I'm Ken Pryor from Oregon Housing and Community Services. This training video will provide you with an overview of the USDA regulations and non-discrimination practices as it relates to the administration of the Emergency Food Assistance Program, also known as TEFAP. All agency staff and volunteers who work with the program applicants must comply with USDA non-discriminatory practices. The goals of civil rights laws were designed to provide equal treatment for all applicants and beneficiaries under the law, to provide someone with the knowledge of their rights and responsibilities, to eliminate the illegal barriers that prevent or deter someone from receiving benefits, and to provide dignity and respect for all. USDA's non-discrimination practices draw from a large body of civil rights laws including
Title VI Civil Rights Act of 1964, Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act 1973, the Americans with Disabilities Act, Age Discrimination Act of 1975, the Civil Rights Restoration Act of 1987, and program statutes and regulations related to race, color, national origin, sex, age, and disability.
Let's go over the protected classes within the Emergency Food Assistance Program. Protected class is a term used in U.S. anti-discrimination law. The term describes characteristics or factors which cannot be targeted for discrimination and harassment. For TEFAP, the following characteristics are considered protected classes:
Race, color, national origin, age, sex, and disability. No person can be denied benefits based on these protected classes.
There are federal protected classes and state of Oregon protected classes. The federal protected classes include race, color, religion, national origin, sex, elderliness, familial status, and disability. The state of Oregon protected classes include
race and or color, national origin, sex, including gender, pregnancy and sexual harassment, sexual orientation, religion, retaliation for opposing an unlawful employment practice, association with a member of a protected class, age, 18 or older, marital status, physical and or mental disability, environments with 6 or more employees. Injured workers, again, 6 or more employees, and family relationship.
USDA records must be retained for 3 years following the closeout of the current federal fiscal year. All information must be maintained as confidential and under safeguards with restricted access for only authorized personnel. Records may be reviewed by any of the following:
TEFAP Director, Authorized Food Program Staff, Oregon Housing and Community Services, Food and Nutritional Services, and USDA staff.
The required non-discrimination statement needs to be displayed in and/or on all public information and educational materials for public distribution, including websites. The non-discrimination statement reads, "In accordance with federal law and the U.S. Department of Agriculture policy, this institution is prohibited from discriminating on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, age, or disability. To file a complaint of discrimination, write USDA Director, Office of Application, 1400 Independence Avenue, Southwest, Washington, D.C., 2050-9410, or call toll-free 866-632-9992. Individuals who are hearing impaired or have speech disabilities may contact USDA through the Federal Relay Service at
877-8339, or for Spanish 800-845-6136. USDA is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
There is a shorter version of the non-discrimination statement for program materials that are not large enough to accommodate the full required non-discrimination statement. The shorter format may be used. USDA is an equal opportunity provider and employer. The shorter format may only be used for materials that are smaller than a sheet of paper, such as small flyers, recipe cards, etc. All food and nutrition service assistance programs must include a public notification system. The purpose of the system is to inform participants and potentially eligible persons of the program availability, program rights, and responsibilities, non-discrimination policy, and the procedures for filing a complaint. An agency may post public notifications in newspapers, radio and television, websites, pamphlets, flyers, handouts, and bulletin boards. All agencies must display the correct non-discrimination poster displayed here. The poster must be displayed at all food distribution or application sites, such as in the lobby, waiting area, certification offices, distribution areas, and tailgate sites. Let's go over some examples of discrimination.
Exclusion of eligible persons based on race, color, national origin, age, sex, or disability. Inequitable service or allocation of food based on the above. Issuance of food in a place, time, or manner that results in denying or limiting benefits to a protected class. Segregation by protected class of persons in waiting rooms, and failure to apply the same eligibility criteria to all potentially eligible persons.
When a complaint regarding program eligibility arises, discuss the matter with the individual and clearly explain TEFAP eligibility criteria and inform the household of their right to a fair hearing. When a complaint is received, follow the best practices of conflict resolution.
Try to remain calm. Try to explain the situation. Get help, especially if threats or if violence is possible, and use alternative dispute resolution ADR techniques.
Any person alleging discrimination on one of the protected classes can file a complaint within 180 days of the alleged discriminatory action. Discrimination complaints indicate possible noncompliance with civil rights requirements. All persons dealing with the TEFAP program should know the procedures for filing a complaint or know where to quickly obtain the information. Whether the complaint is submitted in writing, orally, or anonymously, all civil rights complaints must be accepted. Let's go over the steps when a complaint is received. Notify the program director immediately. Provide forms for written complaints or take detailed notes of oral complaints. Include important information such as time, any witnesses present, and the general nature of the circumstances that occurred. Forward all discrimination complaints to Oregon Housing and Community Services. Persons with physical and mental disabilities must be able to access the program. Make sure that the facilities and distribution sites are accessible and that people who need accommodations have access. Food sites must make reasonable accommodations to program recipients. Ensure access for people with disabilities. This includes parking lot, entrances and exits, halls, elevators, restrooms, sign language, interpreters, braille, signage, and service animals, and make alternative arrangements for service. State agencies, Oregon food banks, and regional food banks that administer the TEFAP program are responsible for providing civil rights training to all employees and volunteers on an annual basis. Volunteers will include all who have contact with participants and applicants. Training requirements for volunteers may vary based on the level of interaction with clients.
Volunteers who regularly interact with full program applicants and/or participants must receive full civil rights training before they start. Volunteers who have infrequent interaction or don't handle personal information of applicants must receive at a minimum limited civil rights training which covers customer service and any other subject matter related to their role and responsibilities. Volunteers who do not interact with applicants or participants do not need civil rights training.
Limited English Proficiency, LEP, are individuals who do not speak English as their primary language and who have a limited ability to read, speak, write, or understand English. Title IV of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and its implementing regulations provide that no person shall be subjected to discrimination on the basis of race, color, or national origin under any program or activity that receives federal funding assistance. For LEP individuals, language can be a barrier to accessing important benefits or services, understanding and exercising important rights, complying with applicable responsibilities, or understanding other information provided by federally funded programs and activities. Where a significant number or proportion of the population eligible to be served needs service or information in a language other than English to be informed or to participate in the program shall take reasonable steps to provide information in the appropriate language to such persons. Factors to consider in determining what is reasonable: number or proportion of limited English proficiency individuals participating in the program, frequency that LEP individuals contact the program, nature and importance of the program, and service provided by TEFAP. For more information on limited English proficiency, please go to www.lep.gov or you can call Oregon Housing and Community Services. The following topics should be included in training, but not limited to: notification of applicants about non-discrimination policy and complaint process, addressing the needs of applicants with disabilities including physical access and reasonable accommodations, providing language assistance to applicants and or participants with limited English proficiency, and customer service. Customer service is very important for all program participants. The platinum rule is treat others the way they want to be treated. The double platinum rule is treat others the way they don't even know they want to be treated. Anticipate, anticipate, anticipate. Don't just meet your customers' expectations, exceed them.